Intermission.
I'm off the Drake, feel like I'm floating. Riding a wave, causing commotion. Should be so fire, feel like it roasting. Sometimes I brag by myself, but I ain't one for boasting. My heart is open, it's time to close it. I'm not at the top, but I think that I am the closest. I see that girl over there, she looking alright. Asking if she can come over tonight. She mesmerized by the touch of her thighs.
I hit up your line, don't never forget it. I'm with my niggas, we always stay with it. Chasing this paper, you go up and get it. Flexing your Glock, but is you gon' drill it? The way you keep drinking, it's gon' have you thinking. I put a diamond right over my pinky. It's alright, it's gon' be having you speechless. Before the day over with, you gon' be drinking. Yeah.
I'm off the Drake, feel like I'm floating. Riding a wave, causing commotion. Should be so fire, feel like it roasting. Sometimes I brag by myself, but I ain't one for boasting.
You let me feel it. Don't try to start something that you can't finish. I rub on your back and I rub on your melons. Too much to tell, y'all niggas be stealing. You saw me your cat, I told you delete it. You drinking too much, so you started tweaking. I'm floating so high, feeling like I'm on Venice. You getting too thirsty, so I started bleeding. Eating leftovers, I told you to hit it. We playing tag, I told you to be it. Can't even find me, look underneath it. You show me your scar, I said that's where you heal it. I ain't stupid, I tell you to get back, but I'm in my zone, I'm getting my get back. We all in the streets, but that's where we speak at. I seen a raccoon, I know that you seen that, yeah.
I'm off the Drake, feel like I'm floating. Riding a wave, causing commotion. Should be so fire, feel like it roasting. Sometimes I brag by myself, but I ain't one for boasting.
Hey, where's Rolo?
Cash, I get it. Moolah, I get it. Guap, I get it. Money, I get it. Fatty, I get it. Cash, I get it. Moolah, I get it. Guap, I get it. Money, I get it. Fatty, I get it. If it don't make no dollars, it don't make no sense. I was serving a dope, had to stack it and flip. I be counting new money, shit down in my hands. My name not go bang, but I stay with them bands. RTR, bitch, I'm on the road. Every show, every ticket be sold. I'm getting litty on stage with the bros. Just like Ronaldo, I'm making my goal. Put that shit on my mama. Bank account full of them commas. I'm no longer stressing the drama. I black out on beats like Wakanda. I'm fucking the world with no condom. I bought like 24 the Mamba. Fucking your bitch on a boat. Shoving my dick in her throat. For the bread, I do the most. We get money coast to coast. Then I disappear like ghosts. Gotta go hard for my kids and my wifey. I know these pussy ass nigga don't like me. I get to the check like a motherfucking Nike. The best to ever do it, nigga, I might be. Free the slime. Cash, I get it. Moolah, I get it. Guap, I get it. Money, I get it. Fatty, I get it. Cash, I get it. Moolah, I get it. Guap, I get it. Money, I get it. Fatty, I get it.
Don't wake me up. I put this phone on D&D, don't need to talk. Cause I'm too focused on the check and blowing up. Don't you think like always things, cause I'm not. No, I'm not. I just not chasing the guap. I'm so done carrying your baggage. Time to pull your flight up on my blacklist. Try to pull me down because these habits. But go ahead and laugh, bitch. Those are in the past tense. I'm dreaming of an accident. If you think I care about you, why the fuck you asking? I'm not good at fashion, but the Rolex time will have it. So catch me in the carpet with a t-shirt in my would they be better if you pay me? I keep my circle small so people won't betray me. And damn it, I was focused on you till raining. I'm 25, but shit, I dream like I was 15. Don't care for whack opinions, hatred, what your bitch thinks. Took me to call when you never would dismiss me. So remember, if you hear my songs, I'm going on. I'm never done. Can grab on my head. 'Cause I'm ready gone. Yeah, I'm ready gone.
Everything husky.
Good morning, it's another day, my friend. But soon the sunshine turns to moonlight, life goes on. You take some time to say goodnight, you close your eyes, dream next thing tomorrow's here again.
It's a brand new day. Never hold on to hate. Cause you was placed here to be great. Please take your place. All queens got a seat at my table. Cause without y'all, then the man ain't able. Melanated queen, connected to the universe. And so I gotta thank my mom for my birth. If hate is the curse, then love is the remedy. So I send you love no matter creed or identity. Until infinity, look at you like you kin to me. Even when we disagree, yo, you still kin to me. In other words, I can't bring you no trouble, can't bring you no beef, don't wanna see you deceased. Now if I'm coming at you, I'm coming with a business plan. Cause every day I'm on some, yo, let's get this money, man. Yeah, and that's my real plans. I rest my head at night, I wake up, I got another plan.
Good morning, it's another day, my friend. But soon the sunshine turns to moonlight, life goes on. You take some time to say goodnight, you close your eyes to dream next thing tomorrow's here again.
It's a lot of high rappers tell me why we don't get money together, but we'll kill each other over whatever. Running down the freeway, we gonna own down. If Black Lives Matter, why we gonna own down? That's why they laugh and they think that we clowns. They hear what we say, but see how we get down. We gotta change that now, right now to be exact. Cause hurting that man's moms is not where it's at now. Old school, new school need to learn, yo. They put us in groups so they can make more dough. The young versus the old versus the young. Black versus white, you see the pattern, right? No unity, keep them all on some gutter-ish. This way they don't prosper and get rich. Yo, can't you see it's a trick? Just open your third eye and you'll see the full view of it. Now yo, what if the powers that be know that the real power lies within the people? That's us. And what if they using things like crayon colors, black and white, to separate the people? Hey, yo, you gotta wake up. Don't let them fool y'all. Spread love.
Good morning, it's another day, my friend. But soon the sunshine turns to moonlight, life goes on. You take some time to say goodnight, you close your eyes to dream next thing tomorrow's. Good morning, it's another day, my friend. But soon the sunshine turns to moonlight, life goes on. You take some time to say goodnight, you close your eyes to dream next thing tomorrow's here again. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning.
Good morning, y'all. We are back in the building. Y'all know what to do. Drop a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. Drop a 1 in the chat if you can see me. We're about to get into it. Oh, man. We are back at it. Back in the building. Oh, yeah, there we go. Looking all crispy and clean on the screen. Man, good morning, y'all. Let me give y'all another round of applause. Welcome back to another YouTube live stream and another episode of the Music Morning Show. I'm your host, ClassE Beats of ClassEbeats.com. And today, man, I know y'all saw the title of this video, the description. the thumbnail. We've got some more news and some more updates on this Diddy case. Now, there's going to be a lot of information that we'll be able to hear from this. We actually have the full article and investigation that was done by Rolling Stone, and it's looking like the feds, they've got some new video out there. It's looking kind of crazy, y'all. We're going to get into it in a minute, but first of all, let me say what's up to y'all in the chat. Happy Thursday, man. Hopefully y'all are doing well. It's good to see everybody who's in here, man. If y'all missed the show last night, absolutely crazy, man. We had a great versus challenge to kick off the Song of the Night live last night, and we had one artist who won that tournament and was able to get the next spot in the season 8 tournament. We also had some amazing artists compete at the end of the show to get that $100. So it was a good time. If y'all missed it, make sure you go back in and watch the replay. And I'm thinking about moving the replays over to the Song of the Night live YouTube channel. So if you haven't subscribed to the Song of the Night live over on YouTube, make sure you do that, because you're probably going to see a lot more videos posted up over there. All right. Let's see who all is in here. We've got Young Steppers in the building. What's up, man? Young Steppers in here. We've got the amazing mixed chick Samantha is in the building too. Good to see you, Samantha. Hollywood Co is up in here too. And I see a bunch of y'all watching over on X. I appreciate it, man. If y'all could do me one favor, I don't ask for much. Just make sure you like the video. And if you haven't yet, make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't miss any time that we go live or I drop a new video. I'm dropping 2 videos a day, which is crazy. 2 videos a day and at least 1 live stream some days. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday is 2 live streams. So we're over here going crazy. And oh, I didn't even bring this up. I completely forgot about this. Excuse me. Goodness. If y'all haven't followed me on Instagram yet, make sure y'all go do that. Oh, excuse me. I apologize, y'all. Oh, something just got me. Anyway, if y'all haven't followed me yet over on Instagram, make sure you do that, because I post a lot of announcements about the show, about what's going on in the community. And woke up this morning, and like I usually do, I go into my YouTube analytics. I check the stats. I see what's going on, see if there's any new updates, or see how the subscriber count's doing, making sure the views are doing well, making sure there aren't any crazy comments on some of the posts that are out there. But if you go over to the YouTube channel, you will see something different. Let me show this to y'all real quick. We just hit 20,000 subscribers. Y'all can see the number right here. Let me zoom in. I don't know what happened. I found a couple of the videos that were doing really well on the channel, and a lot of people are subscribing as a result of those videos. But we just hit 20,000 subscribers in the last 24 hours. And man, what a journey it has been. Thank y'all to everybody who subscribed, to everybody who's been watching. I had a goal this year that I wanted to hit, which was 20,000 subscribers. And y'all knew I was going to put in the work and effort to get there. I just didn't think that it would happen in less than 6 months. This is crazy. And I can't remember. I don't even remember what we were at the beginning of the year. Wish I could probably look that up. Let me see. But man, I'm just I'm at a loss for words. I knew, some of the things that I needed to do to be able to reach this goal. And honestly, y'all, when it comes to setting goals, I like to set goals that I can control. But in some cases, when you set a goal, you can see the process and understand how the process works and what you need to do to achieve a certain outcome. So I studied a lot of other YouTube channels. I studied some of the things that were happening in the YouTube community, and I understood what I needed to do to make things happen. I just didn't think it would happen this quick. So I was just enjoying the process. I was doing the work, putting in the time, getting the videos out there, making sure I took advantage of certain situations that were going on with the music community with talking about certain things. And, you know, it worked out and we ended up being here 6 months in. So I don't know. I don't know if I need to change my goal or not, or just check it off the list. But, man, subscribers are not everything, but for over 20,000 people to hit that subscribe button, to like the video, it means a lot to me. And it means a lot that y'all are here and continue to support. So many of y'all have been here for a long time. I know Mosh is always in the chat too. And he's been in the community since I started, when I first started just uploading beats to this channel. So we've continued to evolve and we're going to continue to grow. And 20,000 is just the beginning, man. I don't know. Are we going to hit 50,000 by the end of the year? Do I need to make a goal 100,000? I don't know. This is wild, but thank you guys for 20K. This is just the beginning and I'm super excited, man. What are y'all saying in the chat? Hollywood Code says, ClassE, I need a huge favor from you. Yeah, let me know, man. Mr. Tesla's in here. What's up, man? Hollywood Code said big 20K. Yeah, Lifestyle did it. It's in the building. Salute, man. And shout out to Lifestyle did it. Yeah, Lifestyle did it's been here along for the ride for a while. Long time. And he's been an influence on me from a production standpoint since the very beginning. So shout out to my brother. Lifestyle did it. Mr. Tesla says 20.5K. Let's go. Hollywood Code said them Kendrick Drake videos hit. Yeah, they did. Yeah, that was a big part of it. Hollywood Code said 50K by 2025. I think we'll do it, man. I think we'll be over 50K by then. Jen is in here. Jen says, good morning, fans, stopping by to show love, support, and to say hi. Shout out to Jen. Always supporting, man. Yeah, that was amazing. So I wanted to share that with y'all. Again, a super exciting milestone for me. And I guess I need to adjust my goals because I did not think we were going to hit 20K that fast. Anyway, we've got a lot to get into today. I know Hollywood Code said he's got a favor he wants to ask me. There is something else I wanted to mention too. Oh, let me show y'all what the bracket is looking like for the Song of the Night Live. And that is the wrong one. Here we go. So now here's everybody who's in the Song of the Night Live Season 8 tournament so far. We got Nick Flanagan, Lanisha Houston, Greg Dose, Lily, Dizzy Days, Hollywood Co, who's in the chat this morning, Stizzy Too Hard, Puma Red, Javier LaFleur, and King Creole Music. All right. And the tournament is going to take place July 3rd. So we'll be pre-gaming for the 4th of July. That Wednesday night. It's going to be a good time. Y'all definitely do not want to miss out for that. And we still got 5 weeks before we get into the tournament. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to that. It's going to be a lot of fun. And you're going to get to hear a lot of dope artists too. And we might even have some special guests as well, for sure. Hollywood Co said, this is my favorite right here. What's your favorite? Yeah, tell me what it is, Hollywood Co. Or did you just want to see the bracket? Yeah, because let's see, Hollywood Co, you will find out who you're facing. Let me see. You will find out who you're facing off against on Wednesday. So next Wednesday, you'll learn who you're going up against. And then obviously everybody else after that. What did he say? He said, when you do the winter videos tomorrow, can you pronounce it? Can you pronounce it like back popping, not back popping? Hey, y'all name the songs. Y'all name the song. How I pronounce it? That's the risky run with these crazy song titles, man. I will do it. I'll do my best, man. And honestly, I might not even say the name just because I don't want to mess it up. He said because back popping sounds like twerking. That's what I thought when I first saw it. It's back popping like we back on the grind. Oh, I see. Yeah, that's a L song title. Hollywood Co. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. That one. That ain't it. So you might need to change that to back on the grind or we back, but back popping. Yeah, so what would I say? He said, I'm finna change the name to just popping. Yeah, you might want to do that. Shout out to Hollywood Co for being a good sport. Because let me see how I would say that. I would say, I want to give a big congratulations to Hollywood Co and Smokey the One for winning the last episode with their song titled Back Poppin'. Is that better? With their song titled Back Poppin'. It doesn't work. Hollywood Co. No, yeah, change it. You got to change it, man. There's just, when I first saw it, that's why I was confused. When we played it last night, I said, uh-oh. Here we go. I wish I could play my reaction, but I know we've got a lot to get into today. But I was like, oh, Lord, here we go. He said, yeah, I'm going to change it. All right. Well, make sure you let me know what you change it to. If you could I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it. But let me know what you're going to change it to, because I'm going to record that announcement video today or later on this afternoon. So I want to make sure I get it right. Shout out to, hey, congratulations to Smokey and Hollywood Co for winning. He said it's just gonna be called Poppin', or even like up and poppin', like we poppin'. Yes, something, man. That was tough. All right, I know a lot of y'all are here for our topic, so we need to go ahead and get to the rest of the show. I'm up here acting crazy again. Thank you to all 15,000 of y'all who are watching. Wherever you're watching, if you could just make sure you like the video. It's free and it helps the show continue to grow. He said, I'm crying and laughing. Back popping, back popping, back popping. Or I could pause so I can say I want to give a big congratulations and shout out to Smoking the One and Hollywood Co for winning last episode with their song titled Back Poppin'. Oh man, yo, what were y'all thinking, Hollywood Co? What were y'all thinking, man? Back popping. Couldn't they even put the and back in there? Just the N with an apostrophe. Back and popping. Yeah, that would have been better. Tesla, I'm trying, man. I'm trying to make it work. It's not working. All right, somebody's gonna clip this. Here we go. Let's go ahead and get into it. Let me pause this music. I've got a couple of stories for y'all today. One of them is not music related, and we're actually going to start with this one. I just thought it was hilarious, and since we're talking about legal issues in the justice system, I think it was good timing on this one. So y'all check this one out. This is just for fun. This dude shows up to court and he's driving in his car, but there's a reason why what he did was a mistake. Y'all listen to the video and you'll see for yourself. Check this out. Oh, hold on a second. Hold on. I'm muted X. Let's try this again. Here we go.
Assistant Public Defender Natalie Tate for Mr. Harris, who should be present via Zoom.
Listen to this.
Mr. Harris, are you driving?
Actually, I'm pulling into my doctor's office, actually. So just give me 1 second. I'm parking crazy right now.
Hey.
Yo, look at the judge's face.
You stationary?
I'm pulling in right now at this second. Yes, I am.
Look at this guy. And he's
What
holding his phone too.
Your Honor, we are respectfully requesting an adjournment in this matter, up possibly 2 to 4 weeks that the court would allow.
So maybe I don't understand something. This is a driving while license suspended?
That is correct, Your Honor.
And he was just driving.
This man's driving on a suspended license in front of a judge. Yo, come on, man. I need to drop a poll in the chat. Who's worse? I mean, who was dumber? Diddy or this dude?
And he didn't have a license.
Look at the judge. Look at the judge's face.
That's with the charges, Your Honor. Yes.
No, I'm looking at his
Yes.
record. He doesn't have a license.
God,
He's suspended and he's just driving.
Look at this man.
That is correct, Your Honor.
He looked like he doesn't know what's going on.
I don't even know why he would do that. So defendant's bond is revoked in this matter.
Dang, he said
Defendant
no
has turned
bond.
himself into the Washington County Jail by 6 p.m. today. Failure to turn himself in will result in a bench warrant with no bond.
Look at him. Look at this dude, man. Come on. Shout out to CBS News for that. I was dying when I saw this. I said, man, you're not gonna catch me like that. That is absolutely wild. Driving on a suspended license in front of a judge is crazy. Anyway, I thought that was funny. Hopefully y'all enjoyed that one too. Now, this is another one that again is music related, but it's featuring a basketball player. And shout out to Steven Jackson and Matt Barnes on their podcast. They had Jason Tatum on there. He's getting ready to play in the NBA Finals. And they asked him who his top 5 rappers are of all time. Y'all let me know. Do you agree with this list or not? What do you think? Who do you think he was missing? His answer is insane. There we go.
Who's your go-to? Who's your favorites? Who's your top 5? Your starting 5 in the rap game.
Like my 5. All right, Hove is the greatest. Hove is he the GOAT. I got Drake at number 2. I think Drake my favorite, but I got Hove as the greatest. So I got Hove, Drake. I got Lil Wayne. Wayne, them 3 is GOATs. Wayne is number 3.
What? Wayne is my GOAT.
Yeah, Wayne, he a GOAT too.
All right, listen to the last 2.
Biggie number 4. I mean, I throw Nelly in there. Nelly number 5.
If I had to put money on it, Jason Tatum has never heard a Biggie Smalls song in his life. If your top 3, which I'm not mad at it, if your top 3 are Jay-Z, Drake, and Lil Wayne, odds are you probably never heard Biggie Smalls in your life. And then you're gonna throw Nelly at the end. What? Yeah. That's crazy.
I ain't mad at that.
You got to. Come on, man. You got to.
I ain't even mad at that.
No, they should have cooked him.
Country Grammar went Diamond.
He put you.
Yeah, he went Diamond.
Who's your go-to? Who's your favorite?
They should. Yeah, they let him. They took it easy on him. I guess they said you're playing in the finals. We're gonna give you a break on this one. But I don't know. Y'all have to tell me. Was Jason Tatum's list solid? Was he missing a lot of people on this one? I don't know. This is a hip hop community, so I'm sure y'all will have something to say about that one. Good luck to Jason Tatum and the Celtics in the finals. All right, last thing, and then we'll get into our main topic. This was posted on X, and something I thought was interesting. They said this is the Drake versus Kendrick numbers via Chartmetric. All right, y'all check this out. So this is showing Drake versus Kendrick Lamar's Spotify monthly listeners. All right, so here's where they started. It looks like Drake back at the beginning of this year started around 80, what is that? Probably 82 million, somewhere around there. Kendrick Lamar was at 50 million. Then things were going nice and smooth. Drake looks like he went up to about 85 million monthly listeners. Kendrick started to go up. And then y'all know what happened the end of April, beginning of May. The whole beef started. The whole beef started with Metro and Future getting Kendrick on the track. And then Kendrick just absolutely went crazy. And now he's continuing to go up, and where he's at 77 million monthly listeners on Spotify. So he went from, let's say 52 all the way up to 77 million. 25 million monthly listeners gained from beefing with Drake. Hey, that's a win, man. Kendrick keeps winning, which is crazy. And then they go to break down some of the other numbers when it comes to the songs that were released. Obviously, they don't have the tailor-made freestyle in here because it wasn't released on streaming platforms. But Drake versus Kendrick Lamar, Diss War, and these are, excuse me, the Spotify and YouTube views. All right, first person shooter, that one was at 319 million. All right, still the biggest track out of the whole thing. I don't think this should count personally, just because they didn't take any shots at Kendrick. I mean, they had to adjust, obviously, because Kendrick was supposed to be on it. I guess Drake thought Kendrick was going to be on first person shooter and he didn't. J. Cole even mentioned in the song, is it Drake? Is it Aubrey? Or is it K. Dot or me? So anyway, dope song though, nonetheless. And then Like That came out with Future Metro Boomin. That one did 308 million. Going down, Push Ups, 93 million. This was just because Drake fumbled this release. I hate that they put the streaming numbers on this one just because it got leaked and it was terrible. It was just a terrible release on Drake's part. Then we got Euphoria. I think that's one of the top songs during this beef, which got 135 million. We've got Family Matters at 56 million. Meet the Grams at 51 million. Dang, Drake. And then Not Like Us, y'all know, it's at 217 million and growing. This was only released less than a month ago. All right. First person shooter was dropped in October and it's got Not Like Us is going to pass it. And then The Heart Part 6 wasn't even released on well, was it? The Heart Part 6 is on streaming platforms. Why don't they have the numbers on this? Huh, that's weird. YouTube views from the most recent official upload of the song. Not all songs were available on Spotify and YouTube, and are not included in this graphic. 7-Minute Drill by J. Cole on April 5th. Taylor Made Freestyle by Drake on April 19th. And 616 in LA by Kendrick Lamar on May 3rd. Okay, so they're missing a couple in here. But anyway, this is interesting to see. I don't know why The Heart Part 6 it's showing no Spotify streams though. I gotta look now. Is this on Spotify? I think it is. But this isn't. I guess Drake didn't officially release it. Yeah, so that's why. But why would they have it on the list? Anyway, I don't know. Super strange. Something I thought that was interesting for y'all. Y'all have to let me know what you think in the chat. Hollywood Co said, dang, even with the win in this beef, he still didn't surpass him. Oh, don't do that. Don't do that, Hollywood Co. They're not going to like that. And he said The Heart Part 6 got 0 million. Yeah, I think it's because it was not on streaming platforms. Drake didn't officially release that one either. But it got 19.3 million on YouTube, which I guess is dope. Not Like Us on YouTube passed First Person Shooter, which is surprising to me, honestly, because I thought the First Person Shooter video was fire. So I don't know if they're counting. Let's see. Let's see if we can find this video. I want to find the First Person Shooter video. Because they might, I don't know if they're counting. Okay, so they're counting the video. The video itself got 60 million views. Yeah. Yeah, see, this is where I think this is a little bit skewed. So the video itself got 60 million views. The audio got got 16 million views. So technically, first person shooter got 76 million views. So I don't know. I would say this is a little off as well, because I think first person shooter is still going to be in the lead overall, because this is, but with Not Like Us is still close. Anyway, what do y'all think about that? I thought that was interesting. Some fun numbers to look at. Hollywood Co said, nah, that Not Like Us was an atomic bomb. Yeah. Yeah. And I know Drake, I mean, Drake is going to Drake. He's the leader when it comes to the chart and numbers for a reason. So no surprising that still most of his one track he did with Cole is surpassed all these. But Metro Boomin and Future, shout out to Metro Boomin. Can we give him a round of applause as a producer doing this thing? I love it, man. I want to see what the comments are saying here. It says, this person says Drake needs to send PG Lang an invoice. That first chart is insane. Yeah, he's talking about this. This is wild. This is absolutely crazy. And I think I mentioned this is something that Drake is always going to be able to hold over Kendrick's head when it comes to just his popularity. If he ever tries to play the popularity card, which I don't think he will. But if he weren't beefing with Drake, these numbers would not be doing what they're doing. I mean, just look at this. Maybe when he dropped the album, I could see it going up to 60 million or something like that. But even if you look where there was a little bit of a break here in May, his numbers start to dip pretty drastically. And then they just shoot up with that. Not Like Us. And Drake is just still pretty steady. Curious about the post Juneteenth numbers for They Not Like Us. That's a good point. This person says, I think about this often. It's so embarrassing. I don't know what he's talking about here. And then they said Not Like Us is basically Thanos. Not really. But yeah, I do think he needs to send them an invoice. But excuse me. As I mentioned before, if you guys want to do some research and looking into PG Lang and Interscope and UMG, Drake has some close ties to Kendrick's success. Let me just put it that way. So y'all go look at Gamma, just type in Gamma Music Drake Kendrick, and you'll find a lot of information on what's going on with this whole situation. It's mostly about money. All right. Y'all know what the deal is. These artists are out here to make money, and Kendrick definitely hugely benefited from this beef. All right. So we're going to get into this whole Diddy situation here shortly. I need to take a quick intermission, y'all, because yeah, I got something going on over here, but I will be right back. Y'all give me a second.
I bet you didn't know when you're far away, I'll be losing myself. I just lounge around the house, don't feel like going out. I think I need some help.
All right, y'all, we're back. We're good to go. I apologize, y'all. I don't want to be coughing during this entire live stream. So let me go ahead and make sure we're all set. Y'all should be good to go. All right, here we go, y'all. All right, let's go ahead and get into it. Looks like the sound is good. Everything's good there. Okay, y'all. Man, oh man. It's starting to heat up for Diddy. Y'all. So it looks like officially the federal government is set and getting ready to indict Diddy on some charges. Now, we don't know exactly what the charges are, but we do have some information into what the process is going to be and what they're going to do moving forward. We also have some information that says that there's some new video footage that the grand jury is going to be shown that is a little crazy. So we're going to read and check out this article from CNN. I want to play the video first so y'all can hear exactly what they're reporting and who all is going to be involved in this indictment.
So this is obviously the biggest escalation since those March raids on Diddy's homes in Los Angeles and Miami. We are now hearing that federal investigators are preparing to possibly bring witnesses in front of a federal grand jury in New York City. What we have heard is that possible witnesses have been notified that they could be called to testify. Now, sources do caution that investigators are still in the process of gathering information. In fact, they are still calling in new witnesses, and they have called in some witnesses multiple times. We also hear that the majority of the accusers who have filed these civil lawsuits against Sean Diddy Combs have been brought in for questioning, and again, some of them being called in numerous times. We hear that many are cooperating and even handing over evidence that they feel could be relevant into this federal probe. Now,
ooh, that is not good. Now, y'all know we mentioned before, when it comes to ClassE, you saw in her complaint when she was filing her lawsuit against Diddy that when she was going through some of the things she was going through when they were having freak offs, Diddy actually used her equipment, her phone, to record certain things. So we know ClassE, her lawyer, that entire side has access to information that could be used. And with them saying that there's some of these witnesses that are bringing evidence forward, I mean, I can only imagine what's going to come out from this. And we can all assume, I think it's fair to assume that when it comes to this indictment, especially, ClassE is going to be the star of the show. They're going to have a lot of information from her. They'll have the complaint. They'll have more video evidence if they need to. Man, we're just getting started here.
Them being called in numerous times. We hear that many are cooperating and even handing over evidence that they feel could be relevant into this federal probe. Now, a spokesperson for Homeland Security did not respond to our request for comment about the presence of a grand jury, but they did confirm that this investigation is presently ongoing.
Oof.
And Elizabeth, what are you learning about the evidence that investigators could be reviewing here?
So, as I mentioned, those federal raids that were conducted on his homes back in March, obviously a lot of people wondering what was seized. Well, we are learning now that federal investigators are in possession of video footage that was taken inside of Combs's residence. We hear that these investigators have been contacting individuals that they have seen on this footage. One person, in addition to the accusers who have filed these civil suits, is a male sex worker. That is what a source tells me. And
hey, yo. All right, so they've got everything, y'all. They got everything in this raid, and it's coming out. They've been contacting some of the people, she said, that are seen on these videos. It could be so many people. You even look at what we covered recently with the CEO of UMG. It's alleged that the CEO of UMG and Diddy spent several hours at his place behind closed doors, and the CEO didn't realize that Diddy was recording. What could be going on there? I mean, who all is going to be mentioned in this? We could already think of a few people. I mean, of course, you've got your Ushers, you've got your Meek Mills, you've got, as she mentioned, the male segs workers over there. This is just woo. And the grand jury, I'll tell you about the grand jury here in a second.
We hear that many are cooperating and even handing over evidence that they feel could be relevant into this federal probe. Now, a spokesperson for Homeland Security did not respond to our request for comment about the presence of a grand jury, but they did confirm that this investigation is presently ongoing.
And Elizabeth, what are you learning about the evidence that investigators could be reviewing here?
Anything and everything.
So, as I mentioned, those federal raids that were conducted on his homes back in March, obviously a lot of people wondering what was seized. Well, we are learning now that federal investigators are in possession of video footage that was taken inside of Combs's residence. We hear that these investigators have been contacting individuals that they have seen on this footage. One person, in addition to the accusers who have filed these civil suits, is a male sex worker. That is what a source tells me, and that they have been brought in for questioning through these federal investigators.
They got some
now,
freak-off
when
videos.
the raids first happened, we had a law enforcement source tell us at CNN that the investigation was largely based in sex trafficking, which is what HSI specializes in. Now we are hearing that that scope has been widened and that investigators are really looking into all of these claims put forth in these civil lawsuits. That would include not just sex trafficking, but also money laundering and illegal drugs. I have a source who tells me, quote, this is much bigger than just these lawsuits.
Yeah, and I mean, Cassie was involved in a lot of that for several decades. Y'all know they already arrested his alleged drug mule, and he's out of jail. Y'all know what that means. They arrested him. They found drugs on him. They found lots of high grade drugs. I'll just leave it at that. And he's out of jail. So if the feds are looking into this case, you can guarantee they pulled up when they found out he was arrested, as Diddy was leaving once his houses were getting raided, and he's out of jail. So it's looking like Diddy does not have any fight left. All the evidence is going to come forward. And with these grand juries, y'all, I'm going to give you guys a little insight into how the grand juries work. Now, I haven't served on a federal grand jury, but I have served on a state grand jury here in Georgia and specifically here in Fulton County. I was on a grand jury for 3 months. And when you're on a grand jury, man, when I say I learned so much about the law in that 3 months is an understatement. The things you hear, the things that you see, some of these cases for things you didn't even know could happen. And when it comes to the grand jury, how it works is you're with a bunch of other jurors. Obviously, you're selected and they go through that whole process. How it worked for me is we were basically in the room with the district attorney. And the district attorney, they call up a case, and we went through hundreds of cases during that 3 months. And what they want you to do is you're going to have someone who's going to present the case to you. So they may have a police officer come in and tell you what he saw when this case was happening, what was going on during that experience. Then you might even have a witness call in and tell what they saw. Then you're going to have someone read the indictment. And when you're in the room with those people, once they present all the information, they read the indictment, then everybody's going to leave. It'll just be the jurors. And then you go through and you reach each individual charge. You go line by line. You say the charge for possession of a deadly weapon. All in favor. A bunch of people raise their name. And if the majority of raise their hand, the majority of you raise your hand that you think it happened or it didn't happen. That's going to determine whether they are able to indict on that charge. Now, the interesting thing about being on a grand jury is when you're at this phase, you are not deciding if the person is guilty or not, which the funny thing to see when I was in grand jury was a lot of people were acting like they were in court. You're not actually in court. You're not actually trying the case. What you're deciding is, did this happen? Did it most likely happen? Or did it most likely not happen? So you're not deciding if the person's guilty. You're not saying whether they did it or not. What you're deciding is based off of the evidence that's given to you. Did this most likely happen or did it most likely not happen? And that's what you're raising your hand and deciding. So once you go through, you hear all the evidence and they read the different charges. You'll go through and you say, did this most likely happen based on the evidence? And you say, yes, it happened. Did this most likely happen? And you say, no, it probably didn't happen. Then what they'll do is they'll give that indictment over to the DA. They may take it and just go ahead and move forward. Sometimes they may have to adjust some things. And the whole process is very interesting. I'm telling y'all, man, it was serving on the grand jury. It was a mixed blessing because I definitely learned a lot about the law. It was very time consuming. As I mentioned, I was there for 3 months and I went 2 times a week to grand jury. But some of the things you see in these cases are absolutely crazy. But let's go ahead and get into this article from CNN. They say exclusive, a federal grand jury may soon hear from Diddy accusers. All right. And it's clear that CNN has some type of insider because they've been getting a ton of exclusive, whether it was this case that they know that they're actually going to bring this before a grand jury, or with the ClassE video, somebody's on the inside over at CNN. Anyway, federal investigators are preparing to bring accusers of music mogul Diddy before a federal grand jury. 2 sources familiar with the probe tell CNN, signaling the U.S. Justice Department is moving towards potentially seeking an indictment of Combs. Man, possible witnesses have been notified by investigators that they could be brought in to testify in front of a federal grand jury in New York City. According to one source, bringing individuals who have filed civil lawsuits against Combs before a grand jury would mark a significant escalation in the government's ongoing investigation involving the producer and Bad Boy Records founder. Yeah, ClassE is going to, this grand jury is going to hear a lot from ClassE and see a lot, I'm sure, too. Combs has been named in 8 civil lawsuits since November, 7 directly accusing him of assault. One of the 8 lawsuits filed by former girlfriend Cassie Ventura has been settled. Another lawsuit accused his son Christian Combs of assault, and Sean Combs is accused of aiding and abetting. A spokesperson for Homeland Security Investigations Agency, or HSI, which we just talked about, declined to comment on the existence of a grand jury, but noted the investigation remains ongoing. These potential witnesses have not yet been prepped for testimony, both sources told CNN, cautioning that HSI investigations are still in the process of gathering evidence and questioning potential sources of information in their federal probe into Combs. And y'all, when I say there was one case we had while I was on the grand jury, and it was one of the worst things I had seen. There was a guy who was being indicted for this cruelty against animals, I believe. And this guy had a pit bull, and he was seen on multiple occasions, kicking the dog around by his neighbors, pushing the dog down the stairs and different things. And one of his neighbors actually had a Ring doorbell. This guy was an idiot, one of the worst people I've ever seen in my life. And his neighbor had a Ring doorbell, and they caught a video of him abusing the dog. He had the dog on the leash, was dragging the dog up the stairs. Then he took the dog, and they were on the 2nd level of an apartment complex building. So he was on the stairs. He took the dog, slung the dog over the stairwell, and was holding it by the leash, and the dog was just hanging there. And we had to watch this on video as part of the indictment, just to get this person indicted. And I think part of the process is just to help the jurors to be able to see the full weight of the situation and what's going on. And I haven't seen something like that. And yeah, that was rough and tough to watch. And then we had other cases. I don't even want to mention some of the other cases that we had while I was in grand jury. Honestly, I don't even know if I can talk about that one. But yeah, it was pretty wild. Let's keep going with this article. Grand juries comprised of ordinary citizens are critical tools used by prosecutors, providing both an investigation function in approving the subpoenaing of documents and witnesses, and a vote of whether to criminally charge suspects. Yep, that's basically what I just explained to you guys before. The use of a grand jury signals a particular case has moved beyond the preliminary stage where investigators generally assess whether possible violations of the law are believed to have been committed. The feds have interviewed multiple Combs accusers. This is huge, man. Combs' home in Los Angeles and Miami were searched back in March. At that time, CNN reported that the rapper and entrepreneur was the target of a federal investigation carried out by the Department of Homeland Security team that handles human trafficking crimes. An ongoing investigation included a focus on trafficking, according to law enforcement sources. Now, additional sources told CNN that the majority of the plaintiffs who have filed civil suits against Combs have been interviewed by investigators. So they got Cassie in there, they got Lil Rod, they got Crystal, they've got April, who we talked about. Everybody has been interviewed. And I guess we'll have to look into the lawsuit against his son, because we didn't look at that one yet either. But anyway, Combs has vehemently denied claims from many of the civil suits, but has not responded to all of the allegations. In December of 2023, after 4 lawsuits had been filed against him, Combs posted a fierce denial on his social media, writing that, we've heard this a couple times, that sickening allegations have been made by accusers looking for a quick payday. Well, they're going to get it, and some. And they need to go ahead and hope that he settled these before he goes to jail, because I don't know, hopefully Javier LaFleur's in here, or maybe one of the other lawyers in the chat, and can let us know if he does get indicted and he gets put in jail, what happens to those other lawsuits that were filed against him. I would be interested to know. Let me be absolutely clear. I did not do any of those awful things being alleged.
Stop the cap.
Yeah, we all know that's not true. Let's see. So in addition to human trafficking, HSI also investigates narcotics, smuggling, and other organized criminal activity. Ooh, organized criminal activity.
What?
What's going on there? Because we haven't really talked about any organized crime. We talked about the drugs. We talked about the trafficking. But organized crime, I know they found a lot of guns at his house. They found a lot of other things that could fall under that umbrella, I guess you could say. Yeah, this is crazy. Federal investigators are now digging deeper, and some of the accusers have been questioned numerous times, a source said. A second source corroborates this current state of the investigation. All right. Evidence includes video from Combs' residences. All right. This is where it gets crazy, y'all. Federal agents are in possession of a video taken inside of Combs' recently searched residences, a source said. It's unclear whether the video was seized during the raids or whether investigators obtained the video from individuals they have been questioning. I have a feeling they're probably going to get more from individuals than they are from his actual house. Let's be honest. I mean, if he was smart, I'm sure those tapes or whatever information he had weren't just sitting at his home. They are contacting people that they found on the tapes, a source told CNN. At least one male sex worker who claims he has been victimized by Combs. So it sounds like he came forward with this video, the way they're phrasing it, has been questioned during the investigation. One source said, adding that this individual was seen in footage that is in possession of federal investigators. In some of the lawsuits against Combs, accusers have alleged that they were informed after the fact that they were recorded having sex without giving their consent to be filmed. Man, well, I don't think we'll ever really know who was filmed here and who they're talking about. There's just so many people who have been in contact and been in and out of Diddy's house and at his parties, at the after parties, as he called them. Combs has not responded to this specific accusation, but he dismissed all alleged wrongdoing in a blanket denial he posted in December, which we talked about. In some of the civil lawsuits, Combs is alleged of drugging multiple accusers. In the most recent lawsuit filed against Combs within the past week, former fashion student April Lampros and former model Crystal McKinney both accused Combs of drugging them. Yep. And if y'all missed that, go back and watch the other videos to where we covered this. All right. And then they go more into the history of what's going on here. It says Combs' team did not respond to specific allegations of drugging or secret recordings, but a spokesperson at the time said the complaint was made up and not credible. Well,
stop the cap.
Yeah, nobody believes you guys. Discrediting the accusations are as purely a money grab. In their motions to dismiss, which is still pending, attorneys for Combs called Dickerson Neal's allegations false, offensive, and salacious. Interesting. I didn't realize they had a motion to dismiss on that one. We might have to look into that more. But it's going to be interesting to see what happens with this, especially since they're being open about some of the videos that they're seeing. Y'all, I have a feeling that that video we saw of Cassie in the hotel isn't the last of the videos that are going to come out, especially now that Cassie is going to be going in front of a grand jury. I mean, they've got to continue to push this narrative, this victim narrative, which I believe is true. We saw it on video. They've got to continue to push the powerlessness that Cassie was under, because it's most likely apparent that she did some type of deal with the federal government or with Homeland Security to give up information so that she doesn't have to face any legal trouble in what's going on here. But yeah, I'm with y'all on this one. It's not looking great. Let me know in the comments what you think. How soon, this is what I want to know from y'all. How soon do you think Diddy's going to be brought in and possibly brought before a grand jury? Y'all got to let me know in the comments. Let me see what y'all are saying before we move into the next section. Oh man, it's already 12:30. Because this next part is going to be wild. This next part is going to be a little bit of a look back into Diddy's history and some of the reasons he might be the way that he is. And yeah, it's interesting. Chainsaw P is in the building. He said, throw the key away. Amy's up in here. She said, afternoon back poppers. Come on, Amy. Amy, you missed the conversation that we had earlier. That is hilarious. Divine Feminine's in here, says Grand Rising. Good to see you. Chainsaw P says, now I'm snitching. Uh-oh. Divine Feminine also says, I wonder how it's going to play out when Diddy's pulls up with the tapes they didn't put their hands on. Ooh. That's a good point. Will he use it as a bargaining coin? So here's the thing about that, Divine Feminine. Oh man. Are we going to put on our tinfoil hats real quick? Here's the thing. When it comes to people in this arena and this hierarchy, Diddy he's pretty much way up there at the top, right? With the feds trying to take Diddy down, as it would seem. Maybe that's not the best phrasing, but I don't know who else he could use as a bargaining chip. I mean, we've seen that Prince Harry was at a couple of parties. I don't know if maybe a Bill Gates or a Jeff Bezos or Lucian from UNG, they could possibly have something on him, but what could be bigger than Diddy at this point? God dang, I gotta figure out how to rephrase this. But who could be a bigger target than Diddy right now? I don't know. And honestly, what it's looking like to me, and again, this is totally speculation. I don't have any evidence to back this up. It looks like it really is more of an Epstein type situation, in the fact that it seems like it's Diddy's time to pay up. He got everything he was going to get out of this deal, whatever deal he made in the past, whoever he was connected with. And now it's the party's over. That's just how it looks to me personally. I don't have anything to back that up. So let's say Diddy has his hands on something that, dang man, I can't say anything. Let's just say that Diddy has in his possession something that's damning against, I don't know. Let's just use the CEO of UMG. They bring down the CEO of UMG. I really don't see him being connected in this type of way that Diddy is, because Diddy, he was the face of everything. He's out there partying. He's out there putting his hands on people. The CEO of UMG is not out here partying and putting his hands on people like that. That we know of. So I don't know who's the bigger target in this case. I have no idea. When I think of someone who's at their peak, a producer that's almost a billionaire, possibly a billionaire, I don't know where you go from there. That's just my opinion. Divine Feminine says, 2 options. He walks free, paying everybody compensation, or they'll pretend to lock him up and send him in some private island for the rest of his life. Yeah, I think the third option is he gets arrested and thrown in jail. And I don't know what that means for everyone who has a pending lawsuit against them. I don't know if that'll be settled and paid by the estate. It's weird. I wish Javier LaFleur was here so I could ask him. Chainsaw P said he's a fall guy. He won't go free. And honestly, if we're going to keep our tinfoil hats on for a second, I think they were probably just using him to get information on other people. He was just, I know people have mentioned it before, he was just a pawn in this whole scheme for the government to have some type of leverage. It just makes sense to me. They're using leverage right now. They've used leverage in the past to make whatever deal that they made with his alleged drug mule, Cassie. It's just how the way things are run. And we've seen it documented throughout history. So to Divine Feminine's point, maybe what they needed is some type of leverage against UMG, and they want to have more control over that. Chainsaw P said he's done. Divine Feminine said if he falls, a lot will fall with him. That all depends on if they want that. That's exactly why he had these cameras at his home and party. That was insurance all along if ish hits the fan. But yeah, the government's involved now, Divine Feminine, and as much as I love America, can you really trust that? Can you trust that they weren't involved in watching every move and they could clear and delete? And I don't know. Chainsaw P is saying it's a RICO. I don't see a RICO happening. Do you think so? I don't know. I guess when it comes to the organized crime, that's possible, but I just see this being about one band that they need to get rid of. Divine Feminine also says this is deeper than just Diddy and his freaky parties. Oh yeah, we're talking about sex trafficking ring in the music industry. And then let me see what else y'all are saying. Chainsaw P said, y'all protected this ninja. Hey, what? I don't think anybody fully trusted him. Shout out to Era. I like how you spelled that. Says Diddy's done. Yeah, he's definitely not doing great right now. Hollywood Co said, not my set. We must have had Snoop people. He must have had Snoop people with him or something. Dang, leave him alone. Hollywood Co said, back poppers. This is oh man. Era says, take that jail sentence. Yeah. Divine Feminine says, just uncover the entire music industry perversion. All right, we all know what's going on, and that's the crazy thing. We've heard these stories thousands of times, and people are still just Walking right into it. We don't need to uncover it. How many more Epsteins? How many more who was that guy? Who's the producer guy? How many more do y'all need? If you interact and make deals with these people who are at the top, you're going to be exposed to certain type of things. I don't know what else we need to see. It's just that people don't care. They're that power hungry. I mean, Cassie, I'm sorry for all she went through, but she stayed with the dude for however long she did. And it was because she wanted to get certain things out of it. Now, obviously she didn't want to get hit, but there were benefits there too. It's the same thing we saw with April Lampros. She let Diddy come back into her life 3 separate times because she was scared, because she wanted to save her career. I don't know, man. I don't know what to do. The whole system, the whole academy. Snapper Slapper said Epstein, yeah. Chainsaw P said, why you read that out of context? He a fan. Hey, run for your life. Yeah. Divine Feminine says, good point. Take that jail sentence. Divine Feminine said he might file for bankruptcy. He's the scapegoat. You're talking about with his with the lawsuits. I don't know if that gets you out of filing for bankruptcy gets you out of a lawsuit though. And if he's in jail, is it up to the estate to handle that? I don't know, man. Snapper Slapper said he's not the scapegoat. He's guilty of what he did. He's going to pay up for another. People will get away. I'm seeing Snoop in concert tomorrow. Hey, yo, thank you. Snapper said Harvey Weinstein. That's who I was thinking of. Yeah, how many more do y'all need to see? And then even with the elites, putting them aside, the Diddys, the Weinsteins, the Epsteins, the guys at the top, the Lucians, we know what they're up to. But look at what's right out in front of us. Look at the Jada and Wills. Look at the Amber Heards and Johnny Depps. Look at the list goes on and on. Just look at how they're treating each other. And you're gonna tell me that people are still walking into this industry thinking, oh, I'm gonna be fine. It's all good. Kid Cudi's car got blown up, allegedly. What are we doing? I don't know. Divine Feminist said, now I think we understand why they pick who they've been picking. Rexy said, Ice Spice. Why, Divine Feminine, why did you pick those two? I don't get triggered, but dang, I hear those two names. And it just, you say them, you say Meg Thee Stallion. It just, oh man. Amy Lee says he's going to be doing a lot of back popping. Oh man. Hey, Amy she is bitter right now. Let it go, Amy. We're going to change the name. We're going to change it to popping. All right. We're good. We're good over here. Divine Feminist said they got whole bowl of Vaseline. Wait. Oh man. Hey, I got to read these before I put them on the screen now. Y'all are, yeah. Mr. Tesla said Jada. Yeah. I mean, look at how they treat each other, and you're gonna pretend like people just think. I don't get it. I don't get why you're still continuing to go into this industry and make these moves. I get there's desperation, but man, is it worth all that? And guess what? After this, unfortunately, after this whole thing settles, this whole thing dies down, and Cassie's just done her best to raise awareness. There's going to be 20 more Cassies. 20 more Cassies who we're never going to hear about. There's going to be 5 more Diddies.
Hey, yo.
So you can only do so much. At this point, the information's out there. We know what's going on. I don't know what else to do. Amy says, I'm not bitter. I wasn't in the top. She said, I wasn't in the top 3. It was back popping over Jesus. God. No, I love it, Amy. I wish you would call in. I love your sense of humor. I love your energy. If y'all want to call in, by the way, the link to call in is in the description, also in the pinned comment. Amy is absolutely hilarious. We definitely got to get her on the show one day. Snappa Slappa says, I think if you're strong-minded enough, you can take some ish like that, but too much abuse, nah. Let me ask you a question, Snappa Slappa, and I'll ask this question to the chat as well. If I told you, I can't ask this question. Let me just say, a lot of people have a price. Most people, I would say, have a price. And if you were to tell most people that you're going to sign a 10-year contract and every now and then, I don't know, once a week for 520 weeks, you have to deal with some type of abuse, but most of the other time you get to benefit from the situation. You get to do what you want to do. You get to work the way you want to work. You get to relax. You're going to get paid $3 million every year for the next 10 years. A lot of people are going to take that deal. I mean, let's be real. And what they're going to tell themselves is, oh, well, you know, I just have to wait until this happens. Or they're going to be looking at the calendar. They're going to say, well, you know, it's only 52 more weeks. It's only 2 more years. It's only 3 more days. It's sad, but that's the way it is right now, unfortunately. Hollywood Coast says, shout out to Jesus. Amy says, I will have to call in sometime. I'm fighting a cold right now. Oh, man. Aww. So I don't want to be coughing. Yeah, it's all good, Amy. It's all good. I hope you feel better, but thanks for being here. I appreciate it. Divine Feminine says, it only depends on the price of your soul. I mean, yeah, I don't know, man. Y'all will have to tell me, because I just don't get it. I don't get it. And again, I'm not judging anyone. I'm not saying this is what I would do in this situation, but I am judging the people that listen to this story, who see the ClassEs, who see the Ghislaine Maxwells, who see the Britney Spears, and they just say, oh, well, I'll be fine. That won't happen to me. Those are the people I say, hey, you get what you get. Because you want to go into a den of lions, you can take that chance, but I don't want to hear about it 10 years later, because we have plenty of enough information to know what this industry is about. Era said it. The industry is a nasty place. I'm good on the industry, man. I told y'all, after hearing so many of these details, there were times when I considered, oh, if I get to a certain point and maybe a record label wants to get involved and they want to support what we're doing here on the channel, no, I'm good. I'm good. I'll live my simple life. I'll be here on the live stream with y'all. I'll enjoy my time with my kids and my wife, and we'll just keep it moving. But power is power, success, money. It's an enticing thing. Laura P says, shout out to my ninja, Jesus of Nazareth. Divine Feminine says, we have to keep in mind that a lot of them already come from this environment. They were already doing it for free. True. That's very true. And that's a real part of it as well. But that also, and that's the thing we have to look at, Divine Feminine. At what point do we ask them, but did you know this was wrong? Did you want this? I mean, did you want to continue having that bad experience you were having for free? I mean, we're talking about adults here. We're talking about grown people. And yes, there's grooming, and yes, there's conditioning, and yes, there's trauma. But at some point, which I'm glad Cassie did and broke it off, you got to ask yourself, hey, man, there's got to be another way. There's got to be another way. She said, they know, they just don't care. They're broken. We're talking about broken people. Yeah. And a lot of them are preyed upon as well, especially once they start to see some type of success. I'm sure they're pretty easy to point out if that's the business that you're in. Snap a slap and say, yeah, joke about a lot of ish, but those people are truly evil. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good on that world. Oh man, we are getting close on time. I really wanted to go through this article. So I want to show y'all this. We might read through a little bit of it today because this is really interesting. This is a exclusive article by Rolling Stone. They actually did their own investigating into this whole Diddy situation. They have an exclusive article to where they interviewed some of the people in Diddy's past and gave more of a history of some of the things that were going on while he was in college, while he was growing up, some of the experiences and allegations he had with other people throughout his early career. So I was able to get this article from Rolling Stone. I want to go through it with y'all, but there's a lot here. Y'all could see, we're not going to be able to go through the whole thing, but y'all could see it goes, pages upon pages of just really in-depth investigation. So I think we could probably go through maybe the first part of this, just so y'all can hear a little bit of it, but we won't be able to do much. Let me see. Era says, if Diddy can hit his mother, he's capable of anything. That's a fact. That's a fact. I don't know if I think that's allegedly, but yeah, I agree with you if that's the case. Divine Feminist says, Era, a man that treats a woman like a princess has been raised by a queen. She made him, she raised him. Parents are responsible. Yes. A man putting a hand on a woman says a lot of the woman that raised him. Divine Feminine. Yeah, talk about it. Mr. Tesla said, who reading that? Yeah, I'm gonna read. I'm almost close to halfway through this, but there's a lot there. They did this investigation, I believe they've done over several years, if I understand correctly. So let's go through a little bit of it, and then I'll find a good stopping point. And then if y'all want to call in, you'll be able to call in. Let me see. Let me double check and see if anyone called in yet. All right. Nobody's called in yet, so we'll go ahead and get into some of this, and then y'all can let me know what you think. All right, here we go. So this is an exclusive from Rolling Stone. They have done an extensive research into Diddy's history and what caused him and what may have caused him to become the person that we know today, and some love today, I should say. Check this out. We're going to read a little bit of it. Y'all can let me know what you think, what your thoughts are in the comments and in the chat as well. But this is an exclusive from Rolling Stone. Bad Boy for Life is what it's called. Sean Combs' History of Violence. For decades, Sean Diddy Combs was hip-hop's boisterous showman. Now dozens of former friends, employees, and bad boy artists allege an abusive, menacing figure behind the facade. As he took the stage at a BET Award in June 2022, to receive a Lifetime Achievement Award, Sean Diddy Combs was elated. Yeah, 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 yeah. He bellowed, punctuating his words with triumphant jumps. The adoring crowd, who gave him a sustained standing ovation, included his mother and children, longtime friends, and music industry peers Kanye West, Janelle Monáe, Babyface, and Lil Wayne. After 3 decades of relentless hustling that took him from hungry teenage intern to A&R executive producer, label impresario, respected fashion designer, and household brand name, Diddy had seemingly reached the antithesis of his career. He closed his eyes and repeatedly thanked God. Okay, so this is just the introduction. This is cool. We're going to keep scrolling down. Combs and Cassandra Cassie, we're going to call her, a former singer from his iconic Bad Boy record label, had split 4 years earlier, but he had been openly pining for her ever since. He posted photos of her online and urged her to listen to Michael Jackson's Lady in My Life. He publicly congratulated her on her first pregnancy with her husband. His comments at the awards show were a part of a pattern of behavior, one that had been tormenting Ventura for years. When she learned of her ex's latest remarks, sources say Ventura was distressed. She was also resolute. Almost 18 months later, in November of 2023, Ventura sued Combs, claiming he held her in a violent form of servitude throughout their relationship and assaulted her upon their final breakup in 2018. Yeah, this is seen throughout a lot of these lawsuits that have come out too, with April, with Crystal as well. She invoked Diddy's BET speech in her filing. For Miss Ventura, the dark times were those she spent trapped by Diddy in a cycle of abuse, violence, and trafficking. She said Combs' brutal beatings, one of them captured in harrowing hotel surveillance video obtained by CNN in May, left her with bruises, burst lips, black eyes, and extensive trauma. Honestly, I mean, that video was terrible, but I wouldn't classify that as brutal. I mean, I told y'all what I was involved in with the grand jury. I've seen some brutal beatings. That was terrible and disgusting, but I wouldn't classify that specific one as brutal. I'm sure there's a lot more there, especially if you hear some of the stories that she mentioned in her complaint. But I think that was light work compared to some of the other things that were mentioned. For Grammy-winning songwriter Tiffany Red, we talked about her, a friend of Ventura who worked closely with the singer during the height of the alleged abuse. Diddy's words from the BET stage had been a taunt. It's like harassment, she explains, talking about Tiffany Red. You're still messing with her. Leave her alone. Leave her the F alone. In the 5 years after her breakup with Combs, Ventura remained silent. While she was posting about her pregnancy in 2019, she was negotiating in distress behind the scenes to escape her bad boy contract, which is wild that she still had a contract. That's the thing. Another thing about these record label contracts, y'all, if you ever find yourself in a situation to where a record label wants you to sign anything, and this goes for anything you're going to sign your entire life, just get a lawyer. It's worth it. You don't want to have to be in this situation. Y'all have heard, again, we've heard hundreds of stories of artists who get into these deals and then they regret it. Just take care of it up front. All right. Combs was allegedly trying to tie her separation agreement to a non-disparagement clause. It's not like we were negotiating with just her record label, Red says. We were negotiating with her abuser. I mean, that's true. Through her lawyer, Ventura declined to speak for this article. Diddy did not respond to a request to comment on this allegation. At some point, Ventura checked herself into a rehabilitation center to deal with the physical and psychological repercussions of her time with Combs and found renewed purpose in being a mom, her lawsuit says. All right, so we know mostly about Cassie. Let's skip ahead a little bit and see what they're saying. Okay, so it's been over the past 6 months, Rolling Stones conducted dozens of interviews with Diddy's former friends, acquaintances, employees, and bad boy artists, as well as industry insiders. Out of 300 plus people contacted for this investigation, more than 50 were willing to speak about their experiences. Several would do so only off the record, citing a fear of retribution, which is understandable given his history. Some requested compensation in exchange for their stories. Rolling Stone does not pay for interviews. I wonder why. Many declined to participate, wanting to distance themselves from Diddy. I'm trying to leave that part of my life behind me, says one former employee. Good Lord, man. As a part of this investigation, Rolling Stone sent Diddy a detailed list of questions about the new and pending allegations. He did not specifically address any of them. So they gave a general statement, says Diddy cannot comment on settled litigation, will not comment on pending litigation, and cannot address every allegation picked up by the press from any source, no matter how unreliable. His lawyer, Jonathan Davis, tells Rolling Stone. I would love to talk to Jonathan Davis, but we know he's probably not going to say anything. We are aware that the proper authorities are conducting a thorough investigation and therefore have confidence any important issues will be addressed in the proper forum where the rules distinguish facts from fiction. Dang. Hey, I give it to him. He's doing his job. So we know all about this. Okay, here's the first story. A year before her breakup, they're talking about Cassie's breakup with Diddy. She conceptualized a short film titled Cassie that appears telling in hindsight. A voiceover speaking about the film's fictionalized romance, she says, "How do you just walk away from it and escape it? I just want to be free. Puff is out here acting crazy. He's beating her." The hotel's security footage prompted horrific reactions around the world. Forced to acknowledge his actions, Diddy made a rare admission of guilt, but tailored it to that incident. Okay, we know all about that. Let's skip ahead a little bit. So we know about this. All right, here we go. Let's go here. Yeah, this is where we want to get started. Since Combs appeared to film. All right, here we go. While the moments may seem small, they showed flashes of danger that would soon explode. A third former student recalls how the future mogul would tap on the window of an English class to get a girlfriend to ditch. The visits became noticeably unwelcome. The classmate tells Rolling Stone. She would tense up when Combs appeared. The student who sat next to the woman in class recalls. He just had a weird control thing. I felt like she was fearful. The classmate who requested anonymity due to the fear of retribution says her concerns were validated when Diddy appeared outside the school's Harriet Tubman quad, is what we call him, dorm, and started screaming in a belligerent manner for his girlfriend to come outside. The classmate says the other woman soon began running through the halls, knocking on doors in a panic. They were sounding the alarm that Combs, known by his nickname Puff, was attacking the young woman outside, she recalls. Okay. So they called him Puff because he was always huffy. Is that what they're saying? And he still kept that name. That's wild, man. Hey, yo. Puff is out here acting crazy. He's beating her, fellow student said, according to his classmate. He screamed and hollered and acted a stone full until she came downstairs. Another Howard student who witnessed the alleged attack tells Rolling Stone. She says Combs used what appeared to be a belt to strike the young woman all over the place. And people saw this and didn't say anything? Why wouldn't they say anything then? I don't get it, man. I don't get it. There's no way I would see this and not. And this is when he was in college? He screamed and hollered, acted full, speaking the Howard student. Another Howard student who witnessed the alleged attack tells Rolling Stone. She says Combs used what appeared to be a belt to strike the young woman all over the place. What? Speaking on the condition of anonymity due to the sensitive nature of the incident, the witness said Diddy appeared super angry and was screaming at the top of his lungs. She says he whooped her butt, like really whooped her butt. The witness says the woman was clearly terrorized. She was trying to defend herself a little bit. She was crying, and we were telling him, get off of her. We were screaming for her. A third source also recalls the alleged assault to Rolling Stone. The woman at the center of the alleged attack declined comment. All right, I'm good on this, man. This is... Y'all want to keep going? Let me see what y'all are saying in the chat. Divine Feminine said, oh, they about to bury Diddy. You already know how the world feels about victims. Brother Bear says, music today? No, we're not doing music today. I'm missing something, man. Let me see. Let me do this. Divine Feminine's full comment in there. There we go. I don't know how you're a victim when you have free will. I mean, it's not like, yeah, as an adult, it's a fine line for me. I'm with you on that. I mean, it's not like Diddy pulled up in a dusty truck and kidnapped her and chained her in some basement somewhere in the woods. Well, there's a power. They go into, when it comes to the law, they go and look into the power dynamic. So even with adults, there's a power dynamic, right? If you're struggling and you just need your job and your boss says, hey, I want you to go wash my car on Saturday. I need you to do it. I'm going to pull it up here. You go wash my car. You can say no and possibly lose your job and not be able to feed your family, or you can just wash the car. And that's how a lot of people think. Now, in this case, it was getting abused, but Cassie said, well, I mean, at least I get to be with a billionaire. I get to be seen next to him. In this case, you're talking about with a college student. I mean, maybe they got love. Maybe Diddy was popular. Who knows? I don't know. But I agree with you, Divine Feminine. I think there's a fine line between someone said victim and volunteer. And I think that line is... I think that line is crossed when you continue to enable that behavior. So again, I'm not a psychologist, so I'm not going to go into the trauma and other side of things. But if you continue to allow the behavior to happen, you're a part of the problem. That's just a real thing. Blame it on what you want to. But at the end of the day, it all comes down to choices on both sides. I don't know. Era says, where did Kris Jenner go? Probably to Bali with Russell Simmons. Divine Feminine says, just like they did R. Kelly, all those women screaming victimization. Yeah, this is tough to read. I'm going to finish reading through it. Hollywood Co said he chased her down, whipped her ass, and dragged her down the hall. That's a damn near kidnap. Yeah, this story is wild. Could have left any time before it got there. Did Diddy do wrong? Yes, but she's not a victim. That's crazy. Diddy's former bodyguard, Gene Deal, is kind of getting on my nerves. I'm not gonna lie. Claims an arrest for the bad boy mogul regarding the killing of Tupac is imminent. Yeah, but Gene Deal saw a lot too. Again, another enabler. Gene Deal was there. Why is nobody holding Gene accountable? He's just over there. Yeah, it's fine. To me, that's snitching. You were in it, you saw it and watched it happen, and now you're just gonna be out here saying, oh guys, he's so terrible. Guess what he did? I can't believe it. Nah, get Gene Deal out of here. I'm not rocking with Gene. Mr. Tesla said they're scared of a coward. He said, yeah, we know what that means. So nope, dirt. Brother Bear says, play some music. No, we're not doing music today. Brother Bear, we're restructuring things. I know it's been a little while since we played music. I think for now, we're probably just going to do the music reviews on Friday, and then not next week, but the week after next, I'll have a little bit of an announcement on how we're going to do music reviews during the day moving forward. So stay tuned in for that. But I got y'all with the music. Snapple Slapper said, I would hate to be the dude who does that in front. I would hate to be the dude who does that in front of me. I kid. Come on, man. I mean, why? How could this happen? Now, I guess this was, when are they saying this? Cum started, okay, this was in 1987. Yeah, I'm not buying it. Cum started the esteemed college in fall of 1987, quickly earned a reputation for throwing legendary rowdy parties. Flamboyant and boisterous, he was often driving his convertible around campus and passing out flyers, though he left after his sophomore year. Combs turned Howard into a pipeline for enterprises, teaming up with future label execs and producers Harv Pierre, Mark Pitts, and D-Dot. All key figures in Bad Boy's early success. So I don't get it. Especially at a place like Howard. Man, this dude is crazy. Divine Feminist says, if you know your rights, you tell your boss, I'm not watching your car, nor getting fired, and I dare you to. Well, here's the thing. You can still get fired. I mean, there has to be an investigation, and you still have to file. You have to get a lawyer. You have to be able to prove it. So I get it, Divine Feminine. What you're saying is right, but it's not that easy, because unless your boss texts you and say, wash my car, I mean, they could walk by and say, hey, you know, Divine, I see your potential. I don't even want to go down this road. You're doing a great job. You know, why don't... We've heard the story. We've seen the movies and in real life. You know how easily this can go, especially when someone, again, is just so desperate and it's all they have. Hollywood Co said a paid 30 million victim, but a victim nonetheless, only based off the video. Oh yeah, a victim. You can be a victim. Can you be a victim and an enabler? That's the question I think we need to ask. Because we all know the reason we're not bringing up Diddy is because we know Diddy's a monster and what Diddy did is wrong. But at one point, do we have the conversation about enabling this bad behavior? Like Divine was saying about children. If your child is doing certain things, you got to take responsibility for that. Even though you're not the one actually doing it, but you have an influence on that child. So I think it's a fine line. After the first one or two times you keep going, you've got to be getting something out of this, whatever that may be. He said, I don't know what they had going on behind the scenes. The only thing I can judge is the video. Everything else is really speculation. I agree. Amber Heard had videos too. She was just a master manipulator. Yeah. Well, I think Cassie and the way they're playing this is smart. Obviously, they want us to see her purely as a victim and just ignore some of the benefits that she had from being in a relationship with Diddy. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to tell the whole story, because if she wasn't there, she wouldn't have had to go through those things for over 10 years. That is also a fact. It's also a fact that what Diddy did to her is wrong. But people don't want to have the whole conversation. They just want to talk about one part of it. I'm not going to do that, because it all has to be factored in, which is why the law looks at it this way as well, and why they're continuing to paint this narrative. Because if she was involved in certain things and made a conscious decision to go pick up drugs, to go do these type of deals, to make certain phone calls, you could essentially be held liable for that by the law. So that's why we're going through this whole process that we're going through, which is smart on their part. But so what happened, that nobody did anything but screaming twos in college? I don't know. T Coop is up in here, says, right, no way I'm watching someone get beat. If I can't help, I'm finding help. Yeah, that's crazy to me. Divine Feminine's not buying it. I don't know, man. She says, I don't know, man. They can't fool me. Like, come on. And Era says, yes, because of trauma. That's fine. But according to the law, no matter what the trauma, well, I won't say no matter what the trauma, you can still be a victim and be held liable, right? I mean, you even think about it as something as simple as robbing a bank. If you're driving the getaway car, you're robbing the bank. You say, oh, I was scared for my life. These guys had guns. They picked me up and told me if I didn't drive the car, the getaway car, you can still be held liable for that. Mr. Tesla said, tell the truth, Pastor ClassE. Yeah, they don't want to hear it, man. It's fine. I'm not worried about it. I'm going to say it like it is. We got to tell the full story, or I don't want to hear it. Everybody's tough till it's time to tell a billionaire no. That's the truth, man. That's the truth. Here's 100,000. You didn't see shit. Oh man, that's crazy. Justice is in here too. Shout out to Justice. He said, y'all about here doing Diddy stuff, are you? Yeah, we're in here talking about this crazy Diddy case. But this is just, I want to keep bringing awareness to this. And the reason I think it's important to tell the whole story is because, especially from a victim standpoint, which I think the majority of this people in these type of situations are victims, because you even look at this case with Diddy, right? It was one guy that was abusing all these people. So there's way more victims out there than there are abusers. We really have to understand and look at the thought process and just know that nothing is worth going through this. Now, if you were to give Cassie some truth serum and say, hey, Cassie, you got $30 million now. You're still going to be able to monetize off of the situation you went through. Was it worth it? Cassie might say, sure. But for the general public, that's not going to be the case. You're not going to be getting abused by a billionaire. You're going to be getting abused by a relative. You're going to be getting abused by someone you might love or someone that loves you. So we got to look at the whole picture and understand that there is no place that this should be accepted or allowed. And if we don't continue to have this entire conversation, then we're just going to focus on the people who are doing the abusing, and you're not going to change them. We have to change the people who are continuing over and over to get into these situations. I don't know. I could be wrong. I don't know. Hey, don't talk about my president. She said Trump getting away with stuff. Don't talk about my president, Justice. Leave him out of this. Don't talk about Trump. Come on now. Good to see you in here on the morning show, though. Chainsaw P says, especially when your boss is a billionaire. Yeah, you're not just gonna up and find another job. When you get to a certain level, that weight is heavier. Divine Feminist said they get played. It's smart genius. Yeah, money can make a lawyer make some ish go away. Mm-hmm. Divine say freaky ass ninja. He's a 69 god. Mm-hmm. Justice said that fake ass apology. Yeah, we talked about it. Hollywood Co said, you rather get abused in a mansion or in a studio apartment? Hey, yo. God dang. They don't want it. They don't want to hear that, Hollywood Co. All right, y'all. We got to get up out of here. I appreciate everybody who stayed in here to listen to me ramble and review this stuff. So some good news is I watched the entire TMZ documentary about Diddy, and oh man, we have got to review that. There's so many news that happened. Actually, tomorrow we got to talk about Drake and what's going on with his ghostwriting situation tomorrow. Y'all know tomorrow's Freestyle Friday, so I'm going to have a lot of hot takes for you tomorrow. So we're going to cover a lot of different topics in quick succession, I should say. So make sure y'all stay tuned in for that. Maybe on, oh dang, no, because that's going to be tough to do next week. We might just have to have an extended morning show tomorrow because I really want to go through and review this documentary with y'all. It's crazy. Some of the stories on it are really interesting. And again, I think there's a lot of information that can be gained for us to how you can move in the industry and some of the things to look out for and avoid. All right. So I think we're gonna, we might start early tomorrow because I really wanted to break down that documentary. All right, y'all let me know. Drop a 1 in the chat if you want us to do a live review of that TMZ documentary. And drop a 2 in the chat if you just want to do the hot takes, and then maybe we'll do some music tomorrow. Y'all let me know. And I'll keep reading it here. Let's see. Justice said, I'm finna go watch it. It was good. They did a good job with it. And TMZ, you know, they're all about the entertainment, so they structured everything really well. Let's see. Where do I want to go here? What? Hold on a second. There we go. Mr. Tesla said he wants to do some music and he wants to do. Dang, y'all want to have a 3-hour morning show? 1. He said 1 and 2. Mr. Tesla's trying to make the morning show a full-on afternoon show. Divine Feminist says, I'll go shopping after Max's credit cards with the new Lambo. Oh, man. Hey, Divine Feminine is sinister. She said, oh, but that's true. She's in New York, so if you're a billionaire in New York, you're like a regular person. Hollywood Co said, music. Snap and Slapper said, just drag the morning show into the night. Yeah, we're gonna start the show at 11 and then go into the Song of the Night Live. That would be crazy. Because that documentary is an hour. And y'all know I like to talk. Let's see. Amy says, you also have to consider that they probably know things we don't. And maybe some people just didn't want to deal with Diddy, so they just went along and got what they could get. Who knows? Yeah. I mean, again, in that situation, if somebody has a major control over your career, over your well-being, it's gonna be so many of us we're in a place to where we're somewhat free of that, right? Mainly self-reliant, but if you have somebody that is controlling your entire destiny and what you're going to do the next day, that's tough. All right, cool. Y'all want to break it down? We'll kick the show off tomorrow with hot takes, and then we'll do a breakdown of the documentary. All right, cool. Let me double check and see if anybody wanted to call in. Hey, y'all got to call in tomorrow, man. Y'all at least got to call in one day during the week. Dang. Everybody's acting so shy. I'm going to have somebody who just calls in. All right. And I see some of y'all sent in tracks too. I'll play these songs on the outro. We're going to get up out of here. Y'all know what's going on tomorrow. We'll be back here at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to break down the whole Diddy documentary by TMZ. We've also got some news. We're going to talk about Drake. What's going on with his ghostwriting, man? It's not looking good. But he's Drake. He's not going anywhere. He's a $400 million man. He's good. But we got to figure out what's going on in the music community with Drake and some of his greatest hits. All right. And then tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we got another episode of the Song of the Night Live. We're going to be giving away $100 in a brand new Shure 55 SH microphone. All right. Y'all don't miss out. Look forward to seeing y'all there. Hope y'all have a great rest of your day. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Keep growing, keep pushing, keep it classy. We gone. Peace. And shout out to all the back poppers out there. Shout out to Amy.
Records like that, it just records you cut up. It's just nice rhymes. You know, everything ain't gotta always have a subject matter. It's skills.
From the smoke in the sky, I'ma win. In the air, don't be shy, I'ma win. Take a drive in the wind, I'ma win. To the sun, to the moon, to the end. To the smoke in the sky, I'ma win. Air, don't be shy, I'ma win. Take a drive on the whip and I'ma win. To the sun, to the end. Come on in, get the cup and pour some gin. All the top, she know she want me in. And I'ma win, I'ma fool with the clip. This is when I'm looking good and check the motherfucking bin. The bad gin for index, look at me grin. On my display like pennies, you give me men. A fruity sack, release it from my skin. I tease it, I ain't fight the urge, just might right. Play for hours and hours throughout the moonlight. Search for ears and neck and then a chest. Play around, then they put us like the breast. And she invest in the stress and not make a mess. But I'm the best, and she's pot, she double X, man. There's no finessing in the thighs, I get the kissing. I get the glitching, slowly giving the Frenches. My language ain't eat the kitty cat for 20 minutes. I grew my inches with a fuck, she the fucking business. Make up my measures, take it easy, man, the pussy vicious. No thinking diggers, be professional, but be relentless. Capture the image with us fuck, turn into a woman. So many faces, it's amazing, and she means delicious. Voices on my shoulders while I get to ripping. Double legs up in case there's a spot missing. One leg down, two legs down. Heads turn around, right, close that's out. Curve, no doubt, that's what I'm talking about. In this room, no drop, watch it lost brown. Misty clouds in the hardcore nouns. Funky sounds coming out, selling loud. Give me my crown, fuck all year round. Throw it to the ground, making all the sounds. And up to make them ground, work the shit up on my town. No rest, no fouls, fuck all night. I move out, we holler, who good throw towers. We lost 10 powers, fucking high towers. In beds and showers, that ass devours. Sweaty encounters, all types, my browsers. Good work, good vouchers, washing my trousers. Strong signal, routers, feeling all empowers. 12 rounds, not tired, all tights in fire. Conscience required, feel us desire. That's my acquired, that's my admire. I ain't no lie, young girl, don't cry. Take it to the chair, let the party begin. Bend the backwards in a cup full of gin.
So on the rim, watch the light dim. And I'm so wild when I kick it with them. Baby, don't give me a show, I'ma win. Stop smiling out for sure, I'ma win. Blood pumping to my soul and I'ma win. She exotic to the toe and I'ma win. Throw my smoke in the sky, I'ma win. In the air, don't be shy, I'ma win. Take a drive on the whip and I'ma win. To the sun, to the moon, to the fucking end.
Mad Prof on the track.